Hi everybody, I'm DJ Foster and welcome to the Laker Update. On this week's edition, we'll talk the Grand Valley State basketball teams as they won 3 out of 4 games this past week. The swimming and diving teams were at the GLIAC Championships, while the track and field teams hosted the Big Meet inside the Kelly Family Sports Center. Also, the women's lacrosse team gets their season started this past weekend. All that and more as we'll also name the GVSU Student Athlete of the Week coming up on the Laker Update.
We are Lakers. This is GV Country.
We have a strong tradition
built on championships. This is GV Country,
where legends are made.
This is GV Country, home of the Lakers.
And we want you as a part of the Grand Valley family too.
This is GV Country!
Be a part of it!
We are Grand Valley State Lakers.
And we are your team.
This is GV Country.
This is GV Country.
This is GV Country.
This is GV Country.
This is GV Country!
Be a part of it!
Welcome back to the Laker Update. Let's start with the Grand Valley State women's basketball teams. They had a great week last weekend, going 2-0 with a pair of big victories. They're now on a 3-game win streak. We'll start with the victory on Thursday up in Sault Ste. Marie as the Lakers were victorious 72-63 over Lake Superior State. With 4:15 left in the first half, Lake Superior State led 33-21 and looked like they were in control. But Grand Valley State went on a 13-0 run, including 3 straight three-pointers from freshman Piper Tucker, and Grand Valley State led at the half 34-33. The game was tied at 41 apiece in the second half, but Grand Valley State used a 10-2 run to take control of the game and earned the road victory. Tucker had a career-high 18 points. She was 4 for 4 from three-point range. Danny Crandall added 18 points, and Kat LaPrairie had 13 points in the road victory. On Saturday, the Lakers came back home and picked up a huge 70-67 overtime win against Northwood. It was a tight game throughout. There was 14 lead changes in the ballgame, and neither team led by more than 6 at any point in the game. With 11 seconds left, Northwood led 60-58, and Danny Crandall drove into the lane and was fouled with 2 seconds to play. She made both free throws and sent the game to overtime. In the extra session, Crandall scored 8 of Grand Valley State's 10 points, and Grand Valley State was able to pick up the 3-point victory. Crandall, a career-high 36 points. She was 11 of 19 from the field and made 13 of her 16 free throws. She had 10 rebounds to complete the double-double. There'll be more on Danny Crandall later in the show. Kayla Dawson had 13 points and 11 rebounds for the Lakers, which the victory over Northwood gave Grand Valley State a 1-game lead on the Timberwolves in the GLIAC standings. GVSU is now 13-10 on the year and 11-8 in conference play. Another big week coming up for them as they'll be at home for their regular season home finale on Thursday night against Saginaw Valley State at 6 p.m. And then they travel to Detroit on Saturday for a 1 p.m. showdown with Wayne State. The men's basketball team went 1-1 last week, including a big win over Northwood on Saturday night. First, on Thursday, they traveled to Sault Ste. Marie and fell 89-69 to number 20 Lake Superior State. It was a rematch of a great battle earlier in the season here in Allendale, but Lake Superior State used a big 15-0 run early in the first half to open up a big lead, and Grand Valley State trailed by as many as 18 points in the first half, but used a 25-9 run to close out the first half and go to halftime trailing 41-39. Rob Woodson had a big first half with 21 points in the first 20 minutes. Lake Superior State then opened up a 10-point lead in the second half and added some late points to kind of make the score a little more lopsided. It wasn't really indicative of how close the game was. Woodson totaled a career-high 24 points in the ballgame, tied his career high with 7 rebounds, and Darren Washington added 10 points and 5 boards for the Lakers. Grand Valley State came home on Saturday and picked up arguably their best win of the season, a 94-71 home victory over Northwood, a game that had huge GLIAC tournament implications as the Lakers picked up the big win by leading 23-12 with 9:51 to play in the first half. They led by double digits the rest of the ball game. Their 51 points in the first half were the most of any half in the season, and the lead swelled to as many as 29 points in the second half. GVSU finishes the game with a season-best 94 points. 5 Lakers were in double figures, led by Ryan Saban and Ricardo Carvajal with 14 points apiece. Woodson had 13 points, 9 assists, and 5 rebounds. No Laker player has had more assists than Woodson's 9 helpers since March 3rd, 2006. Grand Valley State is now 16-7 overall and 12-7 in GLIAC play, part of a 3-way tie for 5th place, along with Northwood after that victory. GVSU will be at home on Thursday night at 8 p.m. against Saginaw Valley State, and then they will also be on the road on Saturday at Wayne State at 3 p.m. The swimming and diving teams for Grand Valley State were in competition at the GLIAC Championships this weekend in Geneva, Ohio, and both teams finished in second place behind perennial national power Wayne State. Patrick Chappelle, the GLIAC champion in the 1650 freestyle and the 1000 freestyle, and then the 200 free relay team of Danny Abbott, Eric Akeson, Milan Maydew, and Michael Griffith set the GLIAC championship meet record. Again, that was the 200 free relay for that 4-man team. And Gianni Ferrero also won the GLIAC title in the 200 free. The GVSU men scored 894.5 points, while the women scored 667 points, both teams finishing as the GLIAC runner-up. They will next be in action on March 12th through 15th back in Geneva, Ohio, the same location for the Division II National Championships. When we get back from this break, we'll talk track and field, women's lacrosse, and name our GVSU Student Athlete of the Week.
You learn something every single day at Grand Valley State University about who you are and who you can become, about where you've been and where you're going, about your goals and how to accomplish them. At the end of the day, you know what you want from life. Find it within yourself. Find it within Grand Valley State University.
Back here on the Laker Update, it's time to talk Grand Valley State track and field as the Lakers hosted the big meet at the Kelly Family Sports Center this weekend. A huge event with over 1,600 athletes competing. The Lakers were very successful on Friday and Saturday, setting 4 automatic NCAA qualifying marks and 47 provisional marks. The Lakers also had 4 school records fell on Friday as Kristen Hickson set a new school record in the pole vault. She broke her own previous record and now has the top pole vault mark in all of Division II by 8 inches. Kalina Franklin won both the 60-meter hurdles and the 200-meter dash. Her 200-meter dash time is a new school record. Sean Wells in the 60-meter hurdles had a time of 7.98 in the prelims to set a new school record. That's the first ever sub-8-second time for a Grand Valley State runner. Ethan Barnes in the 800-meter run, his time of 1:49.05 is a new school record and an NCAA automatic qualifier. Brett Myers hit an automatic qualifier mark in the pole vault, while Courtney Brewis in the 5,000-meter run and Jessica Janicki in the 3,000-meter run both won their events as well. This weekend, on Friday at 3 p.m. in Allendale, the Lakers will be hosting the GVSU Tune-Up. That'll be in the Kelly Family Sports Center on Friday afternoon. In related news to the track and field teams, in that program, the GVSU women's cross-country team was named the Division II Scholar Team of the Year on Monday by the USTFCCCA for the 3rd time in the last 4 years. They earned the team award as the highest finishing team at the national championships to have tallied all academic team honors, and also they were victorious there by winning their 3rd national title in the last 4 years. So congratulations to the women's cross-country team there. The women's lacrosse team began their 2014 season, and the defending GLIAC champions went 1-1 on a season-opening road trip. On Thursday, they had a tough loss, 16-10, at number 14 Lindenwood. Actually, that was on Friday. The score was 8-7 late in the first half, 9-7 at halftime. So the Lakers were close, and then Lindenwood outscored GVSU 7-3 in the second half to take control and get the victory there. 4 Lakers scored 2 goals apiece in the loss. On Saturday, the Lakers bounced back and got a 21-4 victory over McKendree. GVSU scored the first 3 goals of the contest, led 7-1, and then 10-3 at halftime. Then they completely took over in the second half, outscoring McKendree 11-1 in the final stanza. There were hat tricks for Ryan Skomiel, Rachel Leibovitz, Sarah Lowe, and Victoria Devine for the Lakers, who moved to 1-1 on the year. This week, they're scheduled to host number 2 Adelphi on Friday at 7 p.m. That's scheduled for here in Allendale. Make sure you check gvsulakers.com for updates on that contest, as it may be moved due to weather conditions. Lastly, let's go ahead and name our GVSU Student Athlete of the Week. Earlier in the show, we mentioned Danny Crandall, who led the Lakers to 2 victories last week. She is our Student Athlete of the Week, as Danny averaged 27 points per game in the 2 victories last weekend. Her 36 points on Saturday versus Northwood carried the Lakers to a 70-67 overtime victory. She scored 8 of Grand Valley State's 10 points in overtime and had 27 points in the second half and overtime. Her 36 points are the most by a Grand Valley State player since Nikki Reams scored 37 points on February 26, 2005. So a long time coming for that record. Danny Crandall, a great job there, our GVSU Student Athlete of the Week. For anything else you'd like to check out in Grand Valley State Athletics, make sure you go to gvsulakers.com for all your news, scores, stats, and more. Thanks so much for watching the Laker Update. We'll talk to you again next week.